Peace and love, everybody. My name is Yourself, and I want to welcome you to another video here on my channel. I'm at Emancipation Park once again in Houston, Texas. I'm in the shade right now because the sun is out. I'm recording on this iPhone, and it is hot, man. We have a hurricane supposedly coming, I think, tomorrow or Thursday, so you got to be more careful and more proactive because in Houston, anything can happen. One thing that I was thinking about before I left the house, and I started thinking about it last night, is that I need to get better. I really need to get better at how I respond to not only people, but also situations in the real world. For a long time, and maybe you can relate to this, but for a long time, I've been very reactive. Like when something happens, I react, jump out the window before I even know all the facts or hear the other person's side of the story or whatever's going on. I'm already ready to just attack this person, or I already have it made up in my mind that no matter what this person say, this is what I'm going to say. Like, have you ever had those imaginary arguments with yourself? Like, man, if this person say this, I'm going to say that. Or have those imaginary arguments after the argument has already happened, and you start saying stuff like, man, I should have said this, I should have said that, instead of just letting it go and allowing yourself to just live peacefully for the rest of the day or the rest of the night. And, you start to go play it over in your mind, almost like a movie scene. And it's not healthy, man. I don't want to have the reputation as someone who just goes off on people. I want to have people say things like, this person is emotionally intelligent. Yeah, you can be intellectually intelligent, you can be street intelligent, but it's no point if you're not emotionally intelligent. How do you deal with pressure? How do you deal with adversity? How do you deal with the opposition? Do you just jump right in without giving it thought, or do you really think things out in a logical way? Think about it. How many people do you know right now who are in jail or who have been to jail or prison, and it was all over an emotional decision, an emotional reaction? They just reacted. They killed someone, they shot someone, they maybe were in a bad mood, a bad temperamental space. They were mad all day. And instead of just dealing with whatever they was dealing with, someone accidentally stepped on their shoes, and that was the thing that set them off. That wasn't the thing that was bothering them, but that was the trigger that forced that young man or woman to squeeze the trigger and kill this other person's life. Those type of things happen every single day. And I think a lot of it is due to lack of emotional intelligence, man. So that's something I feel like I need to get better at. I don't want to just respond to people. Like, we can avoid confrontation and just have a conversation, because that's what adults do, right? They avoid confrontation. And that's not to say, no, we don't live in a fairy tale world. That's not to say that arguments won't happen, right? That's not to say disagreements won't happen. That's not to say heated debates won't happen. Yeah, those things are going to happen. There's no need of suppressing that. Like, if you're passionate about something, or if you're angry about something, obviously you're going to feel it, right? Obviously it's going to just manifest itself from your, from within yourself, of course. But what I'm saying is, a lot of the times we overreact. And I think social media is also a part of that, because instead of us just reading captions or just really listening to what the person in the video was saying, we'll be so ready to respond because we already have a preconceived notion about whatever this person is talking about. So, for example, it's almost like if someone says, okay, I'm not going to go deep into this, right? But it's like people who say things like, you have people who say Black Lives Matter, right? Cool. Now, you already have people out there who have a preconceived notion about people who say Black Lives Matter. You're racist, you're separatist. They have all these preconceived notions as to why they say all lives matter. Why they feel negative about people who say Black Lives Matter. And that's why, I say all lives matter because you're this and that. Instead of just listening to what the person is saying, to explain to you why I'm saying Black Lives Matter, or why I say this and that. I'm not trying to make this a political video. I'm just using that as an example. If you already have a preconceived notion, you would be more likely to just jump out the window and attack someone for having different views, as opposed to saying, you know what, I have my views, I have my beliefs, but I'm going to sit and listen to this person. Because even though this person disagrees with what I'm saying, they might still have some valuable information that can help me along the way. Like me and you can be having a conversation and disagree. And instead of us having an argument where egos get involved and foolish pride and things start to happen, me and you can just have a conversation, and you might share something with me that I needed to hear. But what if that conversation had ended 5 minutes sooner because I got mad or pissed off because you didn't agree with something I was saying? That's not okay. That's poison, man. You want to be able to sit in a room, especially me, because I talk about going into business for myself and things like that. I can't go in there overreacting to everything. I'm going to drive myself mad, get myself a heart attack or something. That's not healthy. And I think what's happened is it's been that way for so long that, you feel people don't feel the need to change whatever that is. But understand, any behavior can be unlearned. Any learned behavior can be unlearned. Yeah, it's going to take time. But I think the first step is just recognizing that. Like, I really need to stop this and check myself whenever I, do something like this. So that way I'm at least aware of what's going on. And I'm also not pressuring myself to change in one day. I think sometimes we try to pressure ourselves too much to, like, man, I'm going to work out one time and I expect to be 20 pounds lighter in a week. And when it doesn't go that way, we respond negatively. And first of all, why would you even think that's going to happen anyway, unless you're taking, some type of supplement? But it's like, we just have to get better. All of us have to get better at using emotional intelligence. I actually read a book about it years ago. I'm going to link it in the bio, in my description, because I forgot the name of it. But it's basically about emotional intelligence. And I didn't realize how important it was. That's one of those books I read and I kind of forgot about. But it's something that I definitely needed to read when I was younger. And it's definitely something I need to learn to apply right now, even at 29 years old, because you never stop learning. And I feel like learning about emotional intelligence can really take you a long way. What's the point of being street smart or book smart if you're not emotionally smart? Because you may deal with a situation in the streets that probably could have been avoided. Now, I'm no street guy. I don't know much about the streets, but I'm almost certain that a lot of things have happened in the hood and the projects because of someone's just overreacting to something. The emotional poison that just runs through our veins, right? It's no wonder why things like that happen, because a lot of us are emotionally unintelligent. And that's not a specific group of people. I mean just anyone. I'm not even talking about just black people. I mean just anyone. But if you want to talk about just black people and emotional intelligence, we can talk about that as well. But regardless, we need to get better at how we respond to things, man. I think most of life is how you respond to something versus what actually happens. Because things happen every single day. And you can't stop something from happening. That's why even the other day I was thinking, what's the point of worrying about something if whatever's going to happen is going to happen anyway? Like, let's say you're worried about something that's 6 months from now. Regardless of what happens, six months from now is going to go by. And you're going to have to experience that no matter what. So what's the point of being so worried in the present moment about something you really have no idea about, which is the future? And that's just what it is. But we can't start to do those things until we start to become emotionally intelligent. Yeah, you might be book smart, right? You might be book smart, but if you're not emotionally intelligent, how you're going to respond if a teacher, instead of giving you an A, gives you a C-? You might go off and flip off when it really could have been avoided. And who knows, that teacher may have had to give you that C- because maybe you needed to learn something to grow and get better. We all have to get better, but we also have to get better at how we deal with pressure. All of us, everyone. So that's something I'm definitely going to work on, man. If that's something you feel like you need to work on, write in the comments, maybe one of your life experiences where you didn't show emotional intelligence and you lost your cool, or, something like that. And, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe button, turn on post notifications. Like I said, I'm coming with videos more and more often now. It's not going to just be once every 6 months. It's going to be, at least 3 or 4 times a week. So I'm gonna hold myself to that, and I expect you all to hold me to that as well, and just hold each other accountable for our greatness. But I wish everyone well. I wish you prosperity. I wish you luck on whatever you're going. No, I don't wish you luck. I just wish you prosperity. Forget luck. I wish you prosperity. I wish you wealth. I wish your family safety. If you're in Texas, be safe with these hurricanes coming. And wherever you are in the world, man, just be safe. Be as safe as you possibly can. Make yourself great. Strive for greatness. And remember, if you don't have anyone to talk to, you can always talk to yourself. Peace.